starting over. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Elk Lodge podcast. As you're seeing this, I'm on tour with Steve-O, so come out to the shows. Come say hi, the Super Dummy Tour. Tickets available at steveo.com. Hi, Christine.
Hey, Paul.
Okay, today we're going to do the corniest podcast of all time.
Oh, shit, what do you got planned?
I've asked ChatGPT to serve up just like some kind of like lame classic prompts for conversation.
Oh, God.
For example...
We've really run out of things to say.
Well, actually, this might be kind of fun. What's something that everyone seems to love, but you just can't stand? Or on the flip side, something that you love that everyone else seems to hate.
It's only going to be political for me. Oh! I mean, what's something everybody loves that I hate?
Everybody seems to love Stevie Ray Vaughan. I hate Stevie Ray Vaughan.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he's a guitar player. Well, Ratatouille, obviously.
We've been there,
We've been there, but
that.
I hate Ratatouille. If you haven't heard me say it before, honestly, just to me, like using someone's hair to control them, it's just, I'm just not buying it. And yes, rats talk and rats cook, but if you're telling me in this world
Rats cook.
In the movie,
Rats cook. You meant like in real life.
Yeah, rats can cook.
Talk,
obviously, they cook.
Why didn't
they
I
talk.
get hung
they
up
drive.
on they talk? I just focused on
They can cook, huh?
They can cook. I've never known them to slice and dice a little veggie.
No,
but okay.
But you're telling me in this world that your hair can control you like a puppet? Like I just. Anyone could just grab someone's hair and make them like type a message just by controlling their hair. I don't like it. I think it's lazy. Fuck Ratatouille.
What's some shit I talked shit about?
That you don't like? That everybody seems...
I never got into Sopranos.
Ah.
That was weird. I would think I liked it. I tried it a couple times in the first episode. I think I just waited too long and it just felt... I don't know. It felt slow, felt boring. I know it gets juicy and intense, but it just was not. The pilot did not hook me either time I tried. So that's
this might be
a good one.
This might be our new Game of Thrones. Like I had only seen episode 1 of Game of Thrones. You kept saying you got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I've tried.
And I didn't watch. I watched Sopranos like later. I watched it during the pandemic.
Pandemic.
Yeah, starts kind of slow. Remember the pandemic? But God, it's the best. It's the best show, and it never falls off. Like some people don't like the very, very ending, but whatever. What are you gonna do? I love the very ending.
Endings are hard,
but like, yeah, it's good. Really good show all the way through.
So people say.
Yeah, I was trying to think. What's something that you? Oh, well, you didn't like Tiger King.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
That's surprising. Both of these are surprising because you love smashing and shooting and like tough guy shit.
No, I thought I'd be all about it.
And you love crazy people and watching.
Tiger King. I don't know what it was. Maybe that was just the timing of it, and like the world felt intense because that was in the lockdown.
Yeah, that was like the hit of lockdown. Those first 2 weeks, everyone was locked down. Tiger King dropped right then. It was like this perfect storm.
It was not the answer I was looking for. as I just felt like a tiger in captivity. Perhaps. I don't know.
Being, controlled by a psychopath.
It just was all over the top to me.
I mean, yeah.
The hair, all the clothes. I just couldn't vibe with any of those characters. I couldn't. But then we watched Chimp Crazy, which was by the same director, and I was fascinated. So I don't know. Maybe it just hit me different with like a different mood.
I mean, you would have also been watching Tiger King by yourself, right? Like in your house, quarantined, all alone.
Yes.
Like I had roommates and we were like, oh my God. Like we were like, let's just drink and relax for these 2 weeks that the world will be shut down and then everything will go back to normal.
I think shows like that, you need somebody to be like, what is going on? Like there's such a shock factor and you just can't, there's so much disbelief around who people are. You need to be able to elbow somebody and be like, are you seeing
Right. You got to kind of laugh with friends. Yeah.
So yeah, that could be it. Didn't go down easy for me.
Yeah, crowd is important. Like, you think of like stand-up comedy, like the funniest stand-up. But if there was just only one person in the crowd, like, can they make that one person laugh, Versus like laughter, like as a group, like we all kind of like go along with it more. Like I listen to a lot of comedy specials or like watch them on Netflix. And like I rarely laugh out loud. The audience in the theater is laughing, but I'm just alone on my couch watching. So like it takes a lot for me to laugh. But I bet if I was in that theater, I'd be laughing with everyone, Like there's something about
Peer
group
pressure.
I don't even know if peer
Mob
pressure.
mentality.
Yeah, I guess a little mob mentality or like, the vibe. Like if you walk into a wedding and no one's dancing, you're not going to start dancing. But if everyone's dancing, you might be like, okay, let's dance.
I'd still sit down.
Okay, dancing at weddings.
Oh, that's another one. I really don't like that. I resent like this call to the floor, this dramatic DJ announcement, like, okay, everybody, it's time to get to the dance floor.
Well, the call,
I know we've talked about this before.
I don't like the call either.
Podcast.
But you don't like, do you like the dancing once it like starts?
No, not really.
But we went out the other night. We were out and we stopped into the Mercado and DJ Heron was playing and we danced. And
notice that you said it was your favorite part of the night, and I did not say it was my favorite part of the night.
Fair enough.
I said I would rather get rain. I preferred standing in the pouring rain,
right?
The cold, wet, torrential downpour with a hot toddy, and no dancing, pinned against a wall for a shred of cover to dancing. That's how I feel about dancing. I don't dance around the house. Like, it's very rare that it's not like, oh, I'll just do this behind closed doors. You're
just not a dancer.
I just don't really dance much. I don't like it. I sing. I like to sing. I like to, bop around a little bit, but it's not quite dancing.
And why? You feel awkward dancing? You just feel weird? You just don't?
My body just doesn't relate to that mode of expression. There's nothing that needs to come out of me that way. Like,
there you go.
It just doesn't.
Yeah,
register.
I find it very freeing. But I will say, maybe this is something that people like and I don't. Like videos of like dancers. And Chachi, I love you. Watching one person do it like is actually kind of cool. But like when it's like a person dancing and then there's like the rest of the like friends around and they're like I don't like the way they cheer. I don't like the way they're like just like their support seems so empty to me.
See,
like a break dancing.
I can enjoy that.
I didn't like any of the break dancing in the Olympics. Not just the weird girl. She was the best part.
She was awesome.
All the like woo like yeah like just like hyping each other up and like cheering for each other. Like that's the part I never like and I actually hate it. Yeah, like the way people cheer for each other in breakdancing videos upsets me.
I liked movies like Dirty Dancing or Save the Last Dance, like movies
that
are focused on dancing. I've enjoyed.
No, I like the dancing.
I don't seek out like Dancing with the Stars but I do love Chachi's videos. She cracks me up and her moves are entertaining. She's so good.
Her moves are good. But actually, I like them a lot more when she's at home. If she's like and sorry, Chachi, we're talking about you, but like if she's like in a classroom and everyone has like gathered around to watch Chachi dance and like she'll do a move and they'll be like, woo! Like it's the cheers. I don't like the cheering.
It's the cheering.
I hate it.
Yeah.
You know what else I hate? I got a lot of these things actually. I hate this. I hate this so much.
I don't know if they can see.
This they can see and they can feel it. If you're just listening, when someone makes a heart with two hands.
You hate it. You're anti-love.
I'm anti this. This isn't love.
It's a representation of love.
It's an emoji at best. But it's empty. It's just it's some Katy Perry shit, It's like she's walking, like a bunch of fans are cheering. She's like, oh,
like started on Katy Perry.
Yeah, okay, Katy Perry. That's another one.
We've already
both hate
her
Katy
up.
Perry.
We
hope she burns
that one.
in hell.
We know we can't trust her.
All right, next.
I was also gonna say.
Yeah, keep them coming.
No, not another. Well,
This could just be shit we hate.
There's a lot. It runs deep. I mean, we've talked about my road rage, but I guess that's pretty common. That's not really unique to me or anything. I was going to say I liked being a vegetarian for a long time. Like most people are like, oh, that's so hard. You can't eat meat. But I quite enjoyed it. But now
Oh.
I'm back on the dark side. Doctor's orders, I'm supposed to eat more meat, and I just picked up In-N-Out today. That was pretty good. I ate a little cheeseburger animal style, and I have no complaints. Although my belly does right now. It's feeling a little...
Yeah, you're welcome to the meat world. Now you're going to get diarrhea all the time. This is how we live, okay?
My belly's very much got a lot to say. I actually could probably sit here and film a podcast with you and have more to say than I do right now.
About my farts?
No, just about, it's saying a lot.
Oh, your stomach would be more chatty than you are.
I think
get it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Just leave me hanging there. It's fine.
Yeah, you're drinking bone broth?
Yeah, starting the day with a cup of bone broth. That's weird. It's not as bony as I expected. It just tastes like regular broth, which I'm relieved about. You can't taste, the ground bones.
Do you feel like you're in Alone? Because in Alone, like when they don't have anything, they're just drinking bone broth.
I don't feel it that way. I feel
That's good. I'm glad
very
you don't feel
civilized as
alone.
I take it out of a box and warm it on the stove. And
Yeah, that's true.
it's quite sophisticated. It's expensive. It's not a little bottom of the barrel thing, although it should be. I could make it myself, but I won't because there's no way I would do that.
Oh.
I'm not processing bones like that.
You just boil them probably, right?
I can't even handle raw meat, bones. That's just a surefire way for me to not drink it.
Okay.
That's what that is.
Then great. You got a good system. I'm curious to see, like, in a month or two, how you feel. If you feel different, what are the downfalls or the negatives of a vegetarian diet? They say it's harder to get protein.
Yeah.
You look like a bitch. No, I'm just kidding.
You could be anemic from not getting enough iron. But oddly enough, I was anemic before I became a vegetarian, and then that went away. And so that's kind of unusual. But I think I had focused a lot on eating well, and that included a lot of veggies and things, and I was getting plenty of iron that way, so it was fine.
Yeah,
I wasn't taking supplements. It just kind of course corrected. So
Nice.
I think I actually focused a lot more on my nutrition as a vegetarian than I did. Shout out Animal Burgers, whatever. Animal style. Loaded up.
It's so good, though.
Whatever,
You got
it's
to
just
do
one
it.
day.
I mean, it's like we eat pizza and nachos sometimes, too. Like, those aren't healthy.
Oh, yes, they are.
Good for the soul.
Our nachos are fucking off the charts. We do nachos really well. Oh, we do nachos weirdly, though, because sometimes we put bananas on them, and people find that bizarre.
I said this on tour because Isaac was just like, what do you cook at home? I was like, I don't know. We do this, we do that. Every now and then we do nachos. Like, we were really into making a nacho batch. And I was like, dude, we go all in. We do the beans. We do onions. I put a banana on there. And then, like, it was like a cartoon. Everyone's like, the fuck? What? And, like, Steve Fury, who we were touring with, just, like, he's like, pops his head out of a bunk. Like, you just said bananas? Like, it was just like, record scratch.
But it's like Caribbean, beans and plantains. That's like a very tried and true taste. Like that works. And
so it works
very
hard.
much works on these nachos.
Yeah,
I'd do plantains if we had them, but those are harder
Hold
to
on,
find.
though. You reacted the same way the first time I put bananas on the nachos.
I did.
I had to do it on
with
only
them.
half, I believe.
I threw a fit.
And now I brought you to the banana
That's
side.
true. Thank you
to the
for your
peel side.
patience with me.
Peeled
Peeled my resolve.
Pretty good.
Eh.
Probably as good as we're going to get right there. But yeah, folks, if you're ever home and you're making a batch of nachos where you like lay out a tray, chips, dump the cheese, dump the beans.
Do like a black bean banana combo.
Chop up some bananas, dog.
I prefer the salsa verde.
Yeah.
It's a good combo. Pumpkin seeds. Greek yogurt as sour cream. Don't be...
With the adobo.
We like to do a little chili adobo in there with the Greek yogurt.
Adobo is the secret Mexican, like, that's
gives the
Mexican
umph.
food. Yeah, I had a buddy in college who was from Mexico, and he made us tacos one day, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how the fuck? It just had that thing that I always tasted but could never do. It was fucking adobo.
Yeah, it adds a lot of depth right away. It's great. Yeah, I do that with Greek yogurt and a little bit of lime juice, and it's this perfect crema for dolloping on.
All right.
That's right.
On to the next terrible question from ChatGPT, which
What do
is
we
so
have?
far being very helpful. If you could live in any fictional universe, where would it be and why? Animal style.
Any fictional universe.
I got one.
Go for it.
This is just the first thing that came to mind. Neverland. I'd be a lost boy in Neverland. Yeah. Just be dope. Like living in a tree house, playing around with my friends, fighting pirates. It'd be hard not to join the pirates. That's my problem. I'd want to I'd be like, let's just team up, guys. We could have a great life. But yeah, Neverland is definitely, that's the first thing that came to mind. I mean, have you ever watched a movie where you're like, man, it'd be cool to, like Star Wars or Game of Thrones or something where you're like,
Little Mermaid. I wanted to be a mermaid for a long time. That would be cool.
there you go.
Sans the sharks encounters, but
Yeah, are sharks a threat to Little Mermaid?
yeah, remember the scene where the shark's like chasing her through the sunken boat?
That's how the whole thing starts.
Early on, yeah.
Early.
She's going treasure hunting for thingamabobs.
Right.
But yeah, like a princess. She's a princess and a mermaid. So yeah, Ariel kind of had it made. Plus, I used to have that video game on the original Nintendo. And it was like all pixelated and just terrible, but
Just going across
loved
the
it.
screen like
Absolutely loved it.
Star Wars would be cool. Like some of these space things,
No.
Like there's a movie called Titan AE. You ever see that movie?
Space. No.
It's the bomb.
You and I have very opposite feelings about space. I'm an Earth child. You're a space cadet. You want to go?
Space cowboy.
You couldn't send me. You couldn't send me. I wouldn't go. It's not like a banana situation on half the tray. I'm never going.
Well,
You can't convince me.
because you're afraid of what'll happen, of the negatives.
I just don't find that weird, dark, expansive place that inviting. Like, why would I want to go there?
But you don't think if we flew to the moon, we got out, we played around for like a couple hours, and then flew home. Once you're home,
It's a long journey.
it's a long journey.
I don't like to travel.
I know you don't like a long flight, but let's say it's like a first class flight to the moon. But when we get home, you're safe, you're on the ground. You don't think you're gonna say, that was nice. I'm glad we did that.
No, because then for the rest of my life, I'm going to be so obnoxious and be like, I went to the moon. And then I'm going to resent myself for being that person.
It's like being a vegetarian. You just can't shut up about it.
I
It's
know.
like,
And I'm retiring it. Never going back.
okay.
No, I don't know. It's
Not
just
space.
not for me. I just, doesn't appeal to me very much. I'd rather somehow get to just like see every inch of the world up close and personal. I mean, I think it'd be cool to look down on the earth and like see it floating there.
Be a trip.
I get it. It's
Right.
beautiful from afar. It's a total Monet. No, it's cool up close. Just kind of on fire some places.
Some places, sometimes. So you'd like to travel around the world. Where would you want to go next?
I find myself pretty smitten with the Mediterranean. Like, that would be cool. I'd like to go to Italy, back to Italy in the summer. I think I just want the ripe stone fruit in the summer, just the vibes, the tomatoes. I just need to get back there. I'd like to go to Japan, see some of the cities, but also get to the countryside, like do a little peaceful stay in the wilderness out there. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Japan would be sick. Yeah, like I've never been anywhere Asia.
Yeah, you have. You've been to India.
Oh, that's right. Vietnam would be super cool though. Like Vietnam, Thailand, like that kind of part of it. I'm interested in.
Yeah, that'd be
South
pretty cool.
Korea seems cool. Japan seems very cool.
The South Korea would be nice. It just makes me nervous to be like so close. Like I'm always stealing paraphernalia, like papers and posters. I know that's only a North Korea problem, but like,
Yeah, you're okay.
it just makes me nervous. I'm too close. If I took like a napkin from a restaurant, I don't want to like lose my life over
South
it.
Korea is a completely different
I know
place.
it is. I know
None of those
it
rules
is.
apply.
I know. Okay, fine. I
They
just
only
don't want to
apply
go to
to-
North Korea.
I'm with you.
But you never know when South Korea might fall back in the hands of North Korea. I don't know.
Might fall up to North Korea.
Yeah, I might fall up.
You just get lost one day and like, hold on, is the hotel this way or this? It's like,
Yeah.
oh fuck, we're in North Korea now.
Yeah.
Shit.
Exactly. It's just that little demilitarized zone, you know?
Yeah.
I meander, I wander all the time. I could be taking a photo and find myself in North Korea in the blink of an eye.
For sure,
In the
you
snap of a finger.
Climb into someone's yard to take a photo of their plants. The
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're in North Korea.
I can't go over there.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. We'll save
Although
it.
Korea's like, I do have a lot of respect for South Korea. I think it's South Korea that like after women give birth, they stay in the hospital in like a maternity like spa basically for like weeks, if not a whole month. And they get like incredible home cooked meals
Same.
from like with bone broth and all these things that are really designed to like rebuild your strength up. And they like just get doted on.
But that's
and
because
get
only
so
like
much
4
rest.
people a year are giving birth in Korea. Isn't
No,
it like
it's
a
'cause
huge issue?
they value
Yeah, no, I'm just teasing.
moms recovering after birth.
But they're not, they're in a population decline, I hear. Like people are worried about the future of South Korea because people have not been having children.
Yeah, well, I think that's kind of a trend that's happening in a lot of places. But
Yeah.
yeah, when you have a much smaller population, I guess it would be more of a threat quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, millennials and Gen Zs, I think, are definitely vocalizing a desire not to have kids. Don't want to leave their kids this world.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
And moving on.
What's-
Started to get real. We better go.
let's go back to the silliness. What's the worst piece of advice you've ever received?
If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Wow.
I love my dad. He said that one all the time, though. I still believe it sometimes, but yeah, no, some people don't deserve nice things to be said to them.
I like that. Wow. Fantastic.
And that was like in a context of like sibling rivalry, like fighting with your siblings. It's like if you don't have anything nice to say, zip it. But
Yeah. And I mean,
but it's like
it was a
so
survival technique of your dad.
conflict-averse,
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like
Yes.
so conflict averse, and just I mean, it's not like helpful to just stifle down whatever you wanted to say.
Interesting. But do you think there's a nice way to say something confrontational? Like
there's
if
a
someone's
kinder way
a
to-
liar and you want to call them out for being a liar, you can say it in a not mean way. You can say it in a nice
Sure,
way.
and I think most people deserve that, but I don't think everybody deserves that grace.
So some people deserve a
Some people
fuck
should
you,
be
you
like,
fucking
"You're a
asshole.
fucking asshole."
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah, if you do something aggressive to hurt somebody else, why do you deserve kindness back?
Interesting. Yeah. It's circumstantial, obviously. Like sometimes it does make sense to kill them with kindness, you know, but sometimes, some people need to hear, fuck you fucking asshole.
Yeah, kill them with kindness is an interesting one too, because that used to be like my whole approach in my 20s and stuff. And it's a weird thing. It makes you do weird things. Like, you know, I don't know. It teaches you not to be direct. Kill them with kindness. No, say what you mean. If they're making you uncomfortable, you don't owe them the courtesy of being polite. Like, why?
Yeah, and it's kind of passive aggressive.
It's very
right?
passive aggressive. I mean, I do like you get more flies with honey than vinegar. Bees? Is it bees or flies?
I think
Catch more flies with honey.
flies.
I believe in that. Like, if you're nicer and gentler with your message, people are going to hear it better than if you're crass or aggressive with it.
Right.
I don't think that that's harmful to do that.
Like the goal of communication is achieved better if you're kinder.
Yeah. But yeah, kill them with kindness is a weird one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
That's yours? That's what comes to mind?
No, for me it was I don't know if it's advice, but Steve-O just has me hung up on his terrible philosophy of like, if you're happy, you're lazy and you're not going to be successful. And like, it's just, I just think about it over and over. Like, it's terrible. So he's never told me like, Paul, make sure you're not happy. But he says it as if it's advice people should listen to. Like, you don't want
He
to be
believes
happy.
it genuinely, yeah.
He said it out loud so much that he believes it as a fact, and it's just false. I love you, brother. But to elaborate on it, like, I think it's my phone made that crackly noise. You know, if you set out to be I want to be the best baker ever. I want to make the greatest apple pie this world has ever seen. And that's your life goal. So to be satisfied would be to make the world's greatest apple pie of all time. Then you're satisfied, you did it. Maybe then now you're lazy. But to be content and happy would be to wake up each day and say, I'm going to try to make the best apple pie ever. Like, this is my life. This is sort of my plight. And I'm okay with it. And I'm content and I'm happy. And the sun is shining, and let's bake a pie. And let's try to make the best pie ever. So, like, you can be content but never satisfied. Like, I want to make the greatest song the world's ever heard. I never will. I hope I never do. Like, because it'll keep me striving to do it. But I can be happy while I do that. Mm-hmm. I can enjoy that process. I can be content. I can breathe calmly and be happy while still trying to achieve. So that's where I think the disconnect is there. Again, I love Steve-O, and he's taught me a lot in a lot of ways, and has given me some great advice. I mean, he really gives a fuck about shit, like, which is helpful. Anyway.
Just found a whole dread in my hair.
A whole dread?
Got a little dread back there. That's no good.
All right, let's see. If you had to pick a theme song that played every time you walked into a room, what would it be?
That's fun. I like that one. Is right. I mean, it would be fun to be lighthearted and jovial, but I think I would probably more authentically need something by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Obviously, I think.
So which song? Every time you're walking into a room.
I mean, probably Maps. Like, They Don't Love You Like I Love You. It's moody. Powerful. It's great. Yeah. It's not quite playful, though. I'm a little lighter than that. Probably
Plus, there's like no energy. That's like almost. That's like kind of.
I don't need to pump you up.
You want a mellow
every
intro.
time I walk into the room.
This would be mine.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding, though.
Introducing
Yeah.
6'2" from Deerfield, Illinois, Bobrisky. Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a
I
good
think
one.
I would do something funky.
I was thinking like
get up off of
sugar,
that thing.
sugar. You know, it's kind of fun, dancey, but I don't like to dance. But it's a little like
But you could strut.
sugar, sugar, do 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 do. It's kind of a fun one.
You give people a smile. I think that reflects the mood that you deliver to a room when you walk in.
You think so?
You brighten it up, you know? You're welcome to presence.
That's what I was kind of bopping to. That's what was playing in my head.
Nice. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
All right.
fine. We'll take it. Take it for now.
I'll take it. What's the weirdest food combination you secretly or not so secretly love?
I think Skip. We kind
of have talked
of
about
covered
this.
it. How funny is that?
I mean, we'll put mustard on just
We put
about
mustard
anything.
on
And I
all the
combine
things.
all my food. I mean, like Thanksgiving dinner, I'm taking bites with like apple pie,
You do
pumpkin
that.
pie, turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy. It's all going in on one bite. So I'm a cereal combiner.
This isn't that
I
weird.
combine cereal too.
This isn't that weird, but a little odd. My brother-in-law started me on like a yogurt cup, but then you add peanut butter to it. And then I would add chia seeds. So I was basically making like a peanut butter and jelly, except the jelly was the fruit yogurt and there was no bread. It's not that weird, but I don't feel like people do that. It's not
People
that
don't know
normal.
about it. It was a secret until now.
Yeah.
All right.
But
and
it
then
keeps you fuller longer. I liked it.
Yeah, and like you're avoiding the bread. It's kind of like
It's a lot of sugar.
It's a healthier version. Sure.
Like those yogurts have sometimes a lot of hidden sugar, and then
yeah.
this peanut butter is loaded with sugar.
All right.
Paul's intake of peanut butter is off the charts. It's so funny.
Let's move on.
You go through like a tub of peanut butter a week. It's like off.
I make
off the
smoothies
charts.
often, and
But like a serving of peanut butter is a tablespoon, and you do like probably 4. You do like a big
do a glob.
spoon, a giant glob.
and then I lick the spoon
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Wait,
But yeah, probably
I don't love
unhealthy.
peanut butter like you love peanut butter.
Okay, here's the last one. If you could have a dinner party with any 3 people, alive or dead, who would they be, and what would you serve? Never thought of that side of it.
What would I serve?
Forget what would you serve.
No, I like the what would I serve. That's funny.
Okay.
I mean, tonight we are gonna have some friends over, and we're serving up a good meal.
Grilled cheese with some soups.
Grilled cheese with grilled onions. Which, by the way, did you take off the stove?
Yeah, or they're on the stove, but the fire's off.
Good. So grilled cheese with sauteed onions or grilled onions and like sauteed apples. Mustard will be included. Plus a little tomato soup dipping.
And a little jardiniere.
Yeah. And probably an arugula salad. So I think that's a good meal. I like a little soup salad combo. But it's not dazzling, that's for sure.
All right. One of my 3 people I'd invite would be like a really good cook. And
That
cook.
feels like a loophole.
Well, too bad for the too bad for the system.
Okay.
So who's a really good cook? And it says alive or dead. Anthony Bourdain, really cool guy, probably fun to talk to, fun guy to like drink with, hang with, good cook. So he's coming for a couple reasons. After that, all right, it's gonna be me, Anthony Bourdain. We're talking, we're having a good time. Well, I'm going to also use this to advance my career. So I'm going to invite
Shocking.
Rick Rubin, who I also would be so excited to talk to, but I want to become his friend as well. So Anthony Bourdain, Rick Rubin, and Spike Jonze. Who I also, I've met him, but I clam up every time.
Because you didn't have your theme song playing.
I know. I needed my theme song to bring me out, hype me up. And he'd be like, who is this guy?
You needed a crew to hype you up.
I needed a hype crew.
Dance crew.
Didn't
to
have
hype
it.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I needed everyone like, woo! But yeah, those would be my 3. Anthony Bourdain would cook. And by the end of it, I'd have Spike Jonze helping me make a movie. I'd have Rick Rubin help me make an album. And Anthony Bourdain would go back to hanging himself, I guess. I just go back to being dead. Like, what happens after the meal? Like, would
They
Rick
smoke a
Rubin and
cigarette,
Spike
they go home,
Jonze,
I
would they
guess.
have to swear to secrecy that they just got to hang out with a resurrected Anthony Bourdain?
No one would believe him.
Pretty
You know who
reputable.
comes to mind for me? This
Yeah.
is not like what I should do, but I was just thinking of how fun it would be to have like the Snoop Dogg Martha Stewart combo at home.
smart.
Just like they'd be high as a kite and they'd be so funny, just like snickering and everything.
Good cook too. Like
I
get an
know.
apple pie from.
But like she's legendary. It'd be like, oh, Martha, did I set my table well? Like to get her approval of how I set my table and like how I decorated and how the house looked, that would mean a lot. It would be like the biggest stamp of approval on hospitality I could
it's a
possibly
smart
earn.
choice. They're a good group to couple.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you go Snoop and Martha, you still got an open slot.
I know. Like,
Who complements that whole
well,
group?
I was thinking like Chris Farley could come,
Oh.
or I could go with somebody else for like musical entertainment, whether that's Karen O or like a Dolly Parton, somebody that's gonna dazzle us while we're fixing our joints.
like they'll perform for you, or they'll just be over in the corner, kind of like thumbing on a guitar?
Depends on what their mood is.
Okay.
But yeah.
But ideally, you're getting a nice performance.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. Yeah, I don't know.
There's
Dolly's
a couple.
so cute.
Dolly would be cute.
Oh my gosh. Or Betty White would be funny as hell.
Yeah.
She'd be entertaining.
Yeah, we're like, like Snoop and Martha are so different. Like, can you get someone who's equally different from both of them?
I know. I was thinking like Chris Farley would be great.
Chris Farley's not bad.
Chris Farley would be awesome. But yeah, it's funny. I saw Martha Stewart, I don't know, on a clip of her on some talk show with Snoop. And she was, I guess she just put out a new documentary that I'll gotta watch.
Yeah.
And she's kind of talking shit at one point, or at least gets interviewed about it, about Ina Gardner and how they're no longer friends. And Ina Gardner like has this politically correct response of like, oh, they grew apart, whatever. And Martha's just like, no, she just stopped talking to me when I went to jail. And then Snoop chimes in and he's like, that's when I started talking to you. And it's just so funny. Like, I feel like their friendship is just so surprising in some ways. You know, they just don't necessarily seem like they'd hit it off the way they do, which is cute. So I like him. Weed brings people together.
Jail.
Well, jail.
Really keeps people together,
Did Snoop ever go to jail?
I wonder if he's ever
He's like a pillar of the community. I love it. It's like, what a ride, He used to be like shunned. Parents didn't want their kids listening whatsoever to Snoop Dogg like back in the day. And now he's like a peewee football coach and like a pillar of the community. He's just like the man.
Yeah, he's very wholesome.
He's all over. He was at the Olympics. He's just all over.
He was like the main spokesman for the Olympics.
Yeah.
Wait, let's look up if he's ever been to jail, and then we'll wrap this up. Has Snoop Dogg ever... Well, we're saying served time in prison, right?
Yeah, because Martha did like real time. It wasn't just like I got arrested for drinking too much
Snoop
one
Dogg
night.
has had a few legal issues, but has never served a lengthy prison sentence.
Yeah.
He was involved in a high-profile murder trial. However, he was acquitted. He's been arrested several times for minor offenses, primarily related to marijuana possession, but he hasn't served significant prison time. There you go.
What's the guy?
So, all right.
Gives you hope, You just got to keep going.
He's probably got a mugshot.
People have a short memory.
Yeah.
But also, I guess, people, several of those crimes were weed related and like wouldn't be an issue now. Which is just interesting. So break whatever laws you want because they might not be laws forever and then no one will care.
Also, just in general, with time, even like bad crimes get kind of forgotten.
Depending on what they are.
I suppose so. I mean, Mike
People
Tyson is sort of a beloved, like wholesome kind of figure in the world.
What, did you eat somebody's ear?
No, he was like he went to jail for like a rape charge, I think.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought he just nibbled a little bite. Took a little bite out of there.
All right.
Point made. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I should look that up before we just leave it at that.
Don't just call a man a rapist. What is he going to do? Run for president in 2028 and win everything?
Did Mike he was in prison for a while? What did Mike Tyson go to prison for?
Bad tribal tattoos.
No, he got that after. Mike Tyson was convicted of rape in 1992, found guilty of raping an 18-year-old
Oh God.
Miss Black America contestant. Miss Black America.
Not sure it matters.
Wouldn't it be Black Miss America? She's the prettiest girl in Black America.
I think it's like a different pageant.
But
that's
it's called
specifically
Miss
what the pageant
Black
is.
America. I would think it's Black Miss America.
I think it's weird that they do that.
It's weird to separate
Either
them.
way.
But, probably there weren't any black women in Miss America for a long time. So they're like, fuck you, we'll make our
Their own.
Black Miss Black America. But at this point, well, I don't know. Maybe they're not separated anymore.
Yeah, I wonder if that's retired.
But yeah, he was sentenced to 6 years in prison and served 3 years before being released on parole.
Also feels weird. Why would you write that anyways? Why leave that woman's privacy? Why can't you just say he went to jail for raping an 18-year-old? Why do you have to pull in a personal detail about the victim?
ChatGPT?
I mean, I know it's common knowledge, but
I mean, they're just giving me all the info, you know?
yeah, I guess it's just weird. If it was a minor, that wouldn't be out there. It'd be like protected, I
bet
guess,
you're right.
as an adult.
Yeah.
I
mean, it
hope
was
for
probably a
some.
very public trial, and she is the accuser, you know, like,
Yeah.
anyway. I don't know.
Anyways, ChatGPT, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything nice at all or anything at all.
All right, love you.
Love you too.
Good night, everybody.
Ta-ta.
It's